Ladies and gentlemen, life is a battlefield. It will beat you down, break you apart, and leave you questioning everything you are. But here's the truth. Pain is not the end. Struggle is not your final destination. It is the foundation for something greater. It is the ground on which you rebuild yourself. Most people live their lives avoiding discomfort, running from pain, hiding behind excuses. They stay in their comfort zones, afraid to face the brutal reality that growth only happens through suffering. But not you. Not anymore. You are here because something inside of you refuses to stay broken. Rebuilding yourself starts with a decision. The decision to stop being a victim and start being a warrior. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. If you want to be stronger, smarter, tougher, you have to earn it. You have to be willing to face the mirror, acknowledge your weaknesses, and attack them head on. You will fail. You will fall. You will have days where the weight of the world is crushing you. But that's where the real test begins. Will you stay down? Or will you get up, grit your teeth, and keep moving forward? Pain is the pathway to power. Every struggle, every setback, every ounce of suffering is an opportunity to grow. When your body screams for rest, push one step further. When your mind begs you to quit, tell it to shut up and do the work. This is how you forge resilience. This is how you build an unstoppable mindset. Rebuilding yourself isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, doing what needs to be done, even when nobody is watching, even when you feel like giving up. Taking full ownership of your life is the first and most important step in rebuilding yourself. It requires brutal honesty, self-reflection, and a willingness to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Most people go through life blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their failures. They tell themselves stories about why they are stuck, why they can't improve, and why life is unfair. But the truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is responsible for your growth, your discipline, or your success except you. When you decide to rebuild yourself, the first thing you must do is take a hard look in the mirror. You have to strip away the lies, the justifications, and the excuses. If you are out of shape, that's on you. If you are undisciplined, that's on you. If your mindset is weak, that's on you. It's easy to point fingers and say, I didn't have the right opportunities, or I wasn't given the right tools. But plenty of people have started with nothing and built themselves into something great. The difference is that they refuse to see themselves as victims. Owning your reality means recognizing that your past does not define your future. Maybe you were dealt a tough hand. Maybe you had a rough childhood, financial struggles, or people who doubted you at every turn. But what matters is not what happened to you. What matters is what you do next. You can either let your past break you, or you can use it as fuel to become stronger. Every single successful person has faced adversity, but the ones who rise above it are the ones who refuse to let it control them. Rebuilding yourself starts with the way you talk to yourself. Many people reinforce negative beliefs without even realizing it. They say things like, I've never been good at this. I don't have the discipline, or I'll probably fail again. The mind believes what it is told repeatedly. If you feed yourself negativity, that is exactly what will manifest in your life. But when you start owning your reality, you shift that mindset. You stop saying I can and start asking how can I? You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start treating them as challenges to overcome. Once you've accepted full responsibility for where you are, the next step is to develop a plan for where you want to be. This isn't about setting vague goals like I want to be in better shape or I want to be more successful. It's about creating specific, actionable steps. If you're out of shape, decide that you will start running 5 days a week, no matter how tired you are. If you lack discipline, wake up earlier, set a strict schedule, and stick to it. If you want to learn a new skill, dedicate time every single day to mastering it. Small, consistent actions will lead to massive transformation over time. One of the hardest things about taking ownership of your life is accepting that nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about how unfair your circumstances were. All that matters is what you do with the time and opportunities in front of you. The moment you stop expecting help, sympathy, or an easy way out is the moment you take real control of your destiny. It's not about what you deserve, it's about what you're willing to work for. Rebuilding yourself isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily commitment. Every morning you have a choice to either stay the same or push yourself to be better. The people who transform their lives don't do it by waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions. They do it by taking action, regardless of how they feel. They understand that growth is painful, but stagnation is even worse. Rebuilding yourself starts with a single decision. The decision to stop making excuses and start taking full responsibility. Once you do that, nothing can stop you. Pain is an unavoidable part of life. No one escapes it. Whether it comes from failure, rejection, physical exhaustion, or emotional hardship, pain is something every person will experience. The difference between those who rebuild themselves and those who stay broken is how they respond to that pain. Most people try to avoid it. They seek comfort, take the easy way out, and do everything they can to shield themselves from discomfort. But true growth, true transformation only happens through suffering. When you embrace pain instead of running from it, you begin to forge a version of yourself that is stronger, tougher, and more resilient than ever before. Suffering is not the enemy. It is the doorway to strength. Every time you push through pain, you teach yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The problem is that most people quit too soon. The moment things get hard, they back down. They tell themselves that they are not meant for greatness, that the struggle is too much to bear. But the truth is, your body and mind are far more powerful than you think. You just have to be willing to push past that initial wall of resistance. Think about the toughest moments in your life, the times when you felt like you had nothing left, when you were at your lowest, when you thought you couldn't go on, and yet here you are, you survived. If you look back, you'll realize that those painful moments shaped you. They made you wiser, stronger, and more prepared for the challenges ahead. Pain is the ultimate teacher. It exposes your weaknesses, but it also reveals your potential. Every struggle is an opportunity to build yourself into someone who can handle anything life throws at you. Embracing suffering means changing your mindset about pain. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, see it as a sign of growth. When your muscles burn during a workout, that's when they are growing. When your mind feels exhausted from studying, that's when you are learning. When you push yourself past your limits, that's when you break through to the next level. The moment when you feel like giving up is the exact moment when you need to keep going. That's where the real transformation happens. One of the greatest examples of embracing suffering is in endurance sports. Ultramarathon runners don't complete 100-mile races because they enjoy the pain. They do it because they understand that suffering is the path to greatness. The human body was designed to endure hardship, but modern life has made people soft. We have air conditioning, fast food, and instant entertainment. People don't experience real struggle anymore, and as a result, they become weak, both physically and mentally. But when you deliberately put yourself in painful situations, whether that's running in the cold, waking up early to train, or pushing through exhaustion, you develop a kind of mental armor that cannot be broken. Most people will never tap into their full potential because they are afraid of pain. They don't want to struggle, so they stay comfortable. But comfort is a trap. It lulls you into a life of mediocrity where you never push past your limits or see what you are truly capable of. If you want to rebuild yourself, you have to do what others won't. You have to chase discomfort, seek out challenges, and train yourself to love the struggle. Pain is temporary, but growth lasts forever. The suffering you endure today will make you unstoppable tomorrow. So instead of avoiding pain, welcome it. Let it sharpen you, harden you, and mold you into the person you were meant to be. The more you embrace suffering, the stronger you become. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and never back down. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but it can also be your biggest enemy. Most people lose battles not because they lack physical strength or skill, but because their minds break before their bodies do. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is mental toughness. The ability to endure discomfort, push through pain, and keep going even when every part of you wants to stop. This is what it means to callous your mind. Just like hands develop calluses from hard labor, your mind becomes tougher when you repeatedly expose it to discomfort. The reason most people fail is that they give in to their own weakness. The moment things get difficult, their minds start making excuses. I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. This is too hard. These thoughts creep in, and before they know it, they've convinced themselves to quit. The mind always looks for the easy way out, for the path of least resistance. But that's where discipline and mental toughness come in. You have to train yourself to override those weak thoughts. When your mind tells you to quit, you need to say, no, we keep going. Callousing your mind doesn't happen overnight. It takes deliberate effort, pushing yourself into uncomfortable situations and refusing to back down. It starts with doing things that are hard. Waking up early, working out when you don't feel like it, studying when your brain is exhausted, running an extra mile when your legs are burning. Every time you push past discomfort, you make your mind a little stronger. You prove to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. And over time, that mental toughness builds up like layers of armor. One of the best ways to callous your mind is to seek out suffering on purpose. Most people avoid pain, but those who want to be great chase it. They deliberately put themselves in difficult situations because they know that's how they grow. Cold showers, extreme endurance training, fasting, taking on new challenges. These are not just physical tests, but mental ones. They train you to be comfortable with discomfort. They teach you that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Another key part of mental toughness is controlling your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself determines how far you can go. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, or I can't do this, then you've already lost. But if you replace those weak thoughts with, I can handle this, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done, or I've been through worse, then you take control of your mind. You stop being a victim of your own excuses. and start becoming the person who dominates every challenge. Callousing your mind also means being relentless. It means showing up every single day whether you feel like it or not. It means sticking to your commitments even when motivation fades. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, but discipline is what separates the weak from the strong. The people who rebuild themselves don't wait until they feel ready. They do the work no matter what. They understand that every time they push past their limits, they expand their capacity for greatness. Most people never experience the true power of their own minds because they give up too soon. They never push far enough to see what they are really capable of. But when you refuse to quit, when you force yourself to keep going even when it hurts, you start to realize something. You are stronger than you ever imagined. You are capable of enduring more than you thought possible. And once you tap into that power, nothing can stop you. Mental toughness is a choice. You can choose to be weak, or you can choose to be unstoppable. The process is painful, but the reward is worth it. So stop waiting for things to get easier. Stop hoping for an easy road. Start training your mind to be as tough as your body. Callous your mind, embrace the pain, and watch yourself become unbreakable. Motivation is a lie. It feels good in the moment, but it's unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather, and if you depend on it, you will never be consistent. This is where most people fail. They wait until they feel motivated to take action, and when that motivation fades, as it always does, they stop. They tell themselves they will start again tomorrow, next week, or next month, but that day never comes. The people who rebuild themselves, who transform their lives, don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They show up every day, no matter how they feel, and they get the job done. The truth is, discipline is painful. It requires sacrifice. It means doing things you don't want to do when you don't feel like doing them. Waking up early when your body begs for more sleep. Training when you're exhausted. Studying when your brain feels drained. Making the hard choices over and over again. This is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired, but the real test is what you do on the days when you don't have that. Those are the days that define you. Think about the people who achieve greatness, elite athletes, military leaders, successful entrepreneurs. Do you think they are motivated every single day? No. But they have built habits so strong that they do what needs to be done no matter what. They have trained themselves to move forward even when they don't want to. This is discipline. This is consistency. And this is what leads to results. Most people want quick fixes. They look for shortcuts, hacks, or easy ways out. But there are none. The only way to rebuild yourself is through daily, disciplined effort. There are no days off. Every single day is another opportunity to put in the work. Even when progress is slow, even when you don't see immediate results, you keep going. Because over time, the work adds up. The small, consistent efforts turn into massive transformation. The key to discipline is eliminating the option to quit. When you tell yourself, this is just what I do, there is no other way, you remove the mental battle of whether or not you will take action. You don't give yourself a choice. You train, you study, you work, no matter what. You don't negotiate with your feelings because feelings are unreliable. You don't let your emotions dictate your actions. You take control and you execute. Another powerful tool is building a routine. Routines create structure. They remove decision fatigue and make discipline automatic. If you have to decide every day whether or not you will work out, whether or not you will wake up early, you will eventually make the wrong choice. But if it becomes part of your identity, something you do without question, you remove that struggle. You don't think about it. You just do it. There will be days when you don't see progress, days when it feels like nothing is changing. But that's where most people quit, and that's why most people fail. What they don't realize is that growth is happening beneath the surface. The work is adding up even when it's invisible. The results will come, but only if you stay disciplined long enough to see them. The moment you shift your mindset from relying on motivation to relying on discipline, everything changes. You stop waiting for inspiration and you start creating results. You stop making excuses and you start taking action. And before you know it, you have built a version of yourself that is unbreakable. So forget motivation. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what will rebuild you. And discipline, done consistently, will make you unstoppable. Life is unpredictable. No matter how well you plan, things will go wrong. Obstacles will appear, challenges will test you, and unexpected setbacks will knock you down. Most people crumble when things don't go their way. They panic, complain, or give up entirely. But those who rebuild themselves understand one key principle. Adaptability is the key to survival. If you want to succeed in life, you must learn to adjust, pivot, and overcome any situation thrown at you. The biggest mistake people make is expecting things to go smoothly. They believe that if they work hard, everything will fall into place exactly as planned. But that's not how life works. No journey is ever a straight line. There will be failures, there will be roadblocks, there will be days when everything feels like it's falling apart. If you are rigid, if you refuse to adjust, you will break under the pressure. But if you learn to adapt, if you embrace the chaos and find solutions instead of excuses, nothing will stop you. Adaptability starts with mindset. You have to accept that things will go wrong. Instead of seeing setbacks as reasons to quit, see them as opportunities to grow. Every problem is a chance to become stronger. Every failure is a lesson. When you shift your perspective from why is this happening to me to how can I use this to get better, you take control of your life. You stop being a victim and you start becoming unstoppable. One of the best ways to develop adaptability is to train yourself to stay calm under pressure. Most people panic when faced with difficulties. Their emotions take over and they make bad decisions. But if you can remain composed, if you can step back and assess a situation logically, you will always find a way forward. This is what separates the weak from the strong. Weak people react emotionally. Strong people stay focused, analyze the problem, and adjust their approach. Another key to adaptability is having a flexible mindset. Too many people get stuck in rigid thinking. They believe there is only one way to achieve success, and when that way fails, they don't know what to do. But there is always another path. If one strategy isn't working, try another. If one plan falls apart, create a new one. The goal remains the same, but the method can change. This is how winners operate. They don't let setbacks stop them. They adjust and keep moving forward. The truth is, life rewards those who can adapt. In sports, the best athletes are the ones who adjust their game to different opponents. In business, the most successful companies are the ones that evolve with the market. In personal growth, the strongest individuals are the ones who embrace change and keep improving. The world is constantly shifting, and if you refuse to change with it, you will be left behind. The ability to adapt also means being willing to do things that make you uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen in safe, familiar spaces. It happens when you step into the unknown, take risks, and challenge yourself. If you only do what you've always done, you will only get what you've always gotten. But when you push yourself into new situations, when you force yourself to learn and evolve, you unlock levels of potential you never knew existed. At the end of the day, adaptability is about resilience. It's about refusing to let anything stop you. It's about facing every challenge with the mindset that no matter what happens, you will find a way to overcome it. Some people let obstacles define them. Others use those obstacles to redefine themselves. So when life throws you a curveball, don't complain. Adapt, adjust, overcome, because those who can adapt will always come out on top. Rebuilding yourself is not a temporary process. It is a lifelong commitment. The problem with most people is that they work hard for a short period, see some progress, and then become complacent. They think they have done enough, so they stop pushing, stop growing, and eventually fall back into old habits. The truth is, transformation is never finished. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you start declining. If you want to truly rebuild yourself, you must commit to self-improvement every single day for the rest of your life. Growth is not a one-time event. It is not something you do for a few months and then stop. It is a daily discipline, a mindset, a way of living. You have to wake up every day with the understanding that there is always another level to reach. No matter how strong you are, you can be stronger. No matter how smart you are, you can be smarter. No matter how much you have accomplished, there is still more to achieve. The people who truly succeed in life never stop improving. They are never satisfied because they know that the second they become comfortable, they start falling behind. One of the biggest dangers in life is comfort. When things start going well, it is easy to relax. It is easy to take your foot off the gas and tell yourself that you deserve a break. But that is how weakness creeps in. That is how people lose everything they worked for. You cannot afford to slow down. You cannot afford to let success make you soft. The same hunger, the same discipline, the same relentless mindset that got you to where you are must be the same mindset you carry forward. You do not stop because you have made progress. You push even harder. This mindset applies to every area of life. If you have built a strong body, keep training. If you have developed mental toughness, keep challenging yourself. If you have mastered a skill, keep learning. Stagnation is the enemy of greatness. The moment you stop progressing, you start regressing. Growth is like climbing a mountain. If you stop moving upward, you will eventually slide back down. That is why you must commit to constant improvement. Every day you must ask yourself, how can I be better than I was yesterday? Another key part of lifelong growth is staying humble. Some people reach a certain level of success and think they know it all. They stop listening, stop learning, and stop seeking wisdom. But the truly great ones understand that they are always students. No matter how much they achieve, they remain humble enough to keep learning from others, to keep refining their skills, and to keep pushing their limits. The moment you believe you have nothing left to learn is the moment you start failing. Lifelong commitment to self-improvement also means embracing challenges. Most people avoid difficult situations because they fear failure. But those who are dedicated to growth understand that challenges are necessary. Every struggle, every hardship, and every setback is an opportunity to get better. Instead of avoiding difficulty, they seek it out. They put themselves in situations that force them to adapt and evolve. They know that comfort is the enemy and growth only happens in discomfort. At the core of it all, rebuilding yourself is about discipline. It is about showing up every day, whether you feel like it or not, and doing the work. It is about making self-improvement a non-negotiable part of your life. You do not wait for motivation. You do not make excuses. You simply commit to becoming better every single day for as long as you live. That is what separates those who truly transform from those who only dream about it.